women and even men have been that shoulder to cry on when a friend has relationship problems. But getting involved can sometimes be dangerous. So you don't want to say the wrong thing, upset them, but at the same time, you want to protect them from a toxic situation.
Yeah, so true. Joining us now to talk more about it with tips to navigate that tricky conversation to help a friend in need, author and podcast host, Dr. Neeta Bhushan. Thanks so much for being with us this afternoon.
Oh, such a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, you know, sometimes it's not always obvious when a friend is in a bad relationship, but there are little clues here and there that do make you suspicious. So can you give us some signs to watch out for if you're trying to help a friend out?
Oh, absolutely. So I would think the first thing that would come to mind is if they make excuses not to come out. If they're making plans yet canceling last minute, or making hints that they need to tiptoe around their partner, these are all red flag signs. And also if they get defensive when you're sharing your worry or your feelings about their mal or mistreatment of their partner, that's also another big red flag.
Okay, so when it comes to actually offering help, you have 4 tips. What's the first one?
Absolutely. So the first tip that I would probably suggest is we want to just share our care for our friend and, just expressing our concern. We don't want to come off as we're overbearing, but we also want to just say, hey, I'm here if you need somebody to talk to, and I'm always there for you, just to let them know that there is a safe place and a safe space inside of your friendship container.
Well, so you say to stay in touch. How do you do that without coming off as overbearing? Because that's always the concern, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely a great question. And like I said, I think that they need to know that they can actually trust you even when they don't see that confidence in themselves. So you can text them, just say, hey, I just wanted to check in with you. You can make plans with them. Hey, how about instead of, giving an open-ended date, hey, does Tuesday or Thursday at 4:30 work for you? I'd love to take you out for a walk. I have this great juice place or coffee. Let's do that. So definitely give them options so that they know and that you're, keeping tabs, you're checking in, but you're not being that overbearing friend.
Okay, so your third tip is to help plant seeds. What do you mean by that?
Yes, planting seeds. So a lot of times when we are in these toxic relationships, we're ashamed. We feel guilty. We are kind of confused. There's a lot of complex emotions. And so you want to remind your friend how amazing they are, how you believe in them, because many times it stems from a lack of confidence in themselves. And they're a lot of times protecting their partner. They don't want to feel that they're isolated, but many times that is often the case. So planting seeds in reminding them of how amazing they are and how much you value their friendship is so important.
Helping friends that are in a tough relationship, it's also personal for us, right? So you had a situation. What was your situation?
Yeah, I was in a toxic and abusive relationship. It was my first marriage, and my girlfriend planted seeds, and these were seeds that were planted for a while, but it was up to me to finally recognize when I was ready that, you know what, actually, I'm going to take her up on that offer. Actually, yeah, there is a better future, even though it was so uncertain at the time. To say yes to that and to have that confidence in myself that this is something that we could definitely move forward from.
I love how you point that out, because for a friend trying to help, it does come to a point where they have to realize that ultimately that person has to make the decision of what they want to do at that point. So you also have a new book out. What can you tell us about it?
Yes, it's called That Sucked, Now What? How to Embrace the Joy and Chaos and Find Magic in the Mess. And we've all been through sucky moments, so I think this is such a great conversation to bring that up.
Oh, there's no question at all. Well, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. A lot of good information there. And of course, to get a copy of your book, listen to the podcast, A Brave Table, and you can visit our website, neetabhushan.com. You can also follow her on Instagram as well. Thanks for being with us this afternoon.